Happy Wednesday to you, everyone. I hope you're doing well out there today. The last couple of days, we've been talking a lot about canine cognition. In other words, how do our dogs learn, how they process information, and what they do with all the information that they receive. And we learned that they learn many things without immediate rewards like latent learning. And then we also learned a little bit about social learning. Hey, when you're a group living animal or you're a group living human, why not learn from others? Why do you have to figure out everything on your own? Why do you have to make all the mistakes? Let them go make the mistakes and you can benefit from them. So it's a really pretty smart scheme that old nature has out there, that good old social learning. Well, in the process of doing these videos, I've gotten a lot of feedback and a lot of questions from people, and I'm going to be answering two of them today that I've received. One of them coming from a viewer way down there in South Africa. I love when I get questions from any dog owner. They're all important to me. But it's nice to know that we're reaching with these videos people all over the world. And I'm here to tell you, we Americans, we don't have the corner market on owning dogs. Dogs are owned by everyone. And in countries that you wouldn't even imagine, little remote places in the world, that you think, really? You have a dog as a pet? They do. Many of them help them survive, absolutely, but they do have a lot of pets. So it's always great to get those questions coming in from them. One of the questions I was asked is, Bryan, based upon what you said yesterday, it sounds like dogs are, at a base level there, are conformist of sorts. Well, I kind of get that you think that, absolutely. And honestly, in the short answer, you're absolutely correct. They are. You know, we people, humans, we're the ultimate conformist. So much so that we are willing to, and oftentimes will abandon, our own personal beliefs because they happen to collide or coincide, or not coincide, with the beliefs of the majority view. You know, we'll just abandon ours because, hey, as they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Believe in what the Romans believe in. We are the ultimate conformist. But what about dogs? Are they? Yeah, you bet they are. It pays to be a conformist. Animals, especially young animals who follow the example of their mothers as to what to eat or what to avoid, sets them up to succeed better in life, gives them a much more survival chances in life. Also, the adult dogs that we have, if they're uneducated as to the ways of other dogs, they will certainly take advantage of that. They will watch, they will observe, they will do some of the things that we learned yesterday, goal-directed emulation. They will also, if they see dogs at a distance, go to them. And if they see them taking possession of something, they'll have stimulus enhancement. They'll want to go find out what that is. So dogs do learn from dogs, and therefore, because animals strive to learn from other animals and they set up their own learning opportunities, I would say, yeah, they're like us. They are the ultimate conformists. It only makes sense. Why should I try and learn everything on my own when I'm telling you what, I can learn a whole lot from the mistakes that you made? I do it, you should do it, and our dogs are definitely going to do it as well. So to answer that question, you bet, dogs are conformist. They really are, and we really should appreciate that, unless what they're conforming to isn't really idea. We'll talk more about that in a second. But then I got another question here. Okay, and this one comes again from our viewer down South Africa. Good Lord, can I talk today? South Africa. Bryan, how do I get my dog to refocus or not pay attention to the other dog trying to teach it things? Good luck. You would have to physically, and I do mean completely and utterly, physically remove your dog. It would have to be removed in such a way that it wouldn't even know the other dog was there. It wouldn't be able to hear it. It wouldn't be able to see it. You would have to remove your dog. At the end of the day, dogs are dogs. They're not humans. And because of that, they are going to learn from the actions of other dogs. They are going to decide for themselves. Are you more capable than I am? Is your resource holding potential greater than mine? What little bag of tricks have you developed over the years? And if they decide that, wow, it's to my advantage to learn this, to bring those tricks into my bag, they're going to do it. And you can't stop that from happening. So the question goes on and says, in the beginning, the dog that I have was calm. But now apparently it's been spending a lot of time alone. Well, alone meaning the owner hasn't been home. And that's a key factor here. So the owner says, I'm not at home a lot. And my dog seems to be learning a lot from this other dog, which what she's referring to is her neighbor's dog. Her neighbor's dog barks a lot, obviously carries on a lot, chases people off the property, you name it. And her dog, because it's left alone, apparently is learning some of these negative behaviors that she does not like, undesired behaviors from this other dog. Yeah, you're not there, so who else am I going to learn from? I am a group living creature. And because I'm group living, that means I'm going to learn from the group. And if the group happens to be only one animal, and it's that bad dog over there that's barking, running off people, if I feel that the abilities of that dog are greater than mine, or the actions that that dog is taking at any given moment will be a benefit to me, oh, they're learning. They're going to learn that. And then they're going to do goal-directed emulation. They're going to imitate that, the actions that the other dog takes. That's going to happen. You're not there. You're not there to teach it otherwise. You're not there to disrupt the behavior. You're not there to maybe give it a different option. But yeah, if you chase off an intruder, maybe someone passing by the house, well, so do I. I'm going to. The only time we don't see this is in a couple circumstances. Either A, your dog is far more supreme than the other dog, far more confident. I've owned a few of those dogs. I owned a police service dog who was incredibly confident. Dogs after him were incredibly confident. And they didn't no more give a hoot what the other dog did. They care less. What are you doing? You fool? You're acting like a fool over there. Why are you barking? Don't you realize those people live down there? And all that barking you're doing is not creating any sort of condition that you think, or at least a perception that you had, that you actually scared them off. No, I've owned dogs like that. They're incredibly confident. They're very calm. They kind of understand the ways of the world more than the other dog. And besides that, if I were to follow you, well, what does that say about me? The other instance in which a dog will not emulate what it sees happening with another dog are those dogs that are extremely fearful, very fearful. So much so, even the interaction with this other animal is enough to, send them over the deep end. They don't have anything to do with that other animal. Not at all. I don't care if what you're doing is a benefit to me. Should I learn it or not? I fear you, so I stay away from you. So those are the two instances. They are the extremes. So if you own one of those, well, then you won't have to worry about your neighbor's dog. But all the rest of us that kind of have a dog somewhere in between, oh, you're going to have to worry. You are. So I guess the bad news is that, she even goes on to say, when I do try to stop him from doing his negative behavior, he doesn't pay attention to me. Well, you got to earn attention. You have to earn it. Why should I? Remember from back before, I've told you, there's more than one signal being interpreted at a time. And it's known as signal prioritization. Apparently, in this situation, the neighbor's dog has your dog's attention. It is the priority signal. Whatever the interactions occurring between your dog and the neighbor's dog, it's greater than the interaction that you have with your dog. So know that. Knowledge is power, whether it's good news or bad news. In this situation here, I would suggest removing the dog from a situation in which it will learn behaviors that you will now need to undo at a later date. If you don't learn it, then I don't need to fix it if it's something bad. So remove the dog. That would be the greater thing to do than suffer the harm of not letting your dog be outside. Again, many factors play in. How long will you be gone? Or how long do you work? How long are you absent away from the dog? So on and so forth. But me, I'm going to remove my dog because if I don't learn a bad behavior, then I don't have to fix a bad behavior. Number 2, earn your dog's attention. Yeah, earn it. In fact, demand it. Hey, come away from the dog and do it now. Not 5 minutes from now, but right now. Teach some obedience. Come to me. Lie down. Be quiet. At a minimum, at least when you are home, if you can't keep your dog in your house away from that other dog, at a minimum, at least when you're home, well, now you have your dog's attention. Now you are the priority signal. Now you can disrupt the behavior. And if you do that enough, I will say this much. I've told you before, winners win, losers lose. If every time the dog tries to do that negative behavior, because it's a conformist, it wants to conform to what the other dog is doing, to its beliefs, so on and so forth. If you create a condition in which every time I try to do that, it doesn't work out well for me. In fact, when I don't do that behavior, I do the opposite, that works out really well. There's a benefit to that. Over time, animals being what they are, not repeating behaviors that don't work out for me, let's stop to do those behaviors. Let's stop doing them. So take that to heart. So I guess that's the silver lining here. But at the end of the day, yes, dogs are conformists, and B, they will learn behaviors from other dogs, whether they be good behaviors or bad behaviors. It's what group living does. It sets the animal up to learn from others, passing down knowledge, passing down habits, teaching you what to avoid, what to approach, what to eat, and what not to eat. Good luck trying to put that in a jar and put a lid on it. I haven't been able to do it, and I don't think you'll be able to do it either. So there you go. Those are the answers to those 2 questions. If you guys have any questions about social learning, send them in to me, or questions about anything. I'll be glad to try and answer them as best I can during any one of these Facebook Live videos. Tomorrow, I'm going to wrap up social learning, just kind of tie it up in a nice little bow here. I was going to do so today, but then these questions came in. They're pretty pressing, and I wanted to get the answer out there. And because these are similar to other questions I've had, I thought I'd just do it here on live. If you found this information beneficial, you know what to do with it. Please share it with someone. Hey, that's social learning, is it not? Share it. And then if you have any questions, send them to me. Okay, guys, we'll wrap it all up tomorrow. Until then, be safe. Learn from the mistakes of others. Make sure you don't do them. That's a real benefit. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. Have a great day.